Millie Bobby Brown just broke her silence about David Harbour, and what she revealed will ruin how you watch Stranger Things Season 5. A harassment complaint, months of secret investigation, and a statement that changes everything. This is not what you think. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a Stranger Things fan, grab your egos because the tea is scalding. We're talking about Millie Bobby Brown and David Harbour, the on-screen father-daughter duo we've loved for 10 years. But behind those smiles at the Season 5 premiere, there was a secret investigation, a formal complaint, and allegations that have the entire cast walking on eggshells. Stranger Things Season 5 just dropped today, November 27th, and the internet is losing it. But before you binge watch, you need to know what really went down between Millie and David. Because this isn't just gossip. This is about boundaries, power, and what happens when a 40-something man's protective behavior toward a child star crosses into something much darker. Stick around because we're breaking down the timeline, the accusations, the investigation, and Millie's first public statement that has everyone reading between the lines. And trust me, what she didn't say is more shocking than what she did. Let me take you back to November 1st, 2025. The Daily Mail dropped a bomb that sent shockwaves through the Stranger Things fandom. Millie Bobby Brown filed a formal harassment and bullying complaint against David Harbour before Season 5 even started filming. Now, this wasn't some casual HR complaint. We're talking pages and pages of accusations. The investigation dragged on for months. And here's the kicker. Millie allegedly had a representative with her on set during the entire filming of Season 5. That's not normal protocol. That's a safety measure. The report clarified no sexual misconduct allegations. So what was it about? According to insiders, it was David's behavior toward Millie, his so-called protective behavior, the way he treated her, the things he said, and apparently it went too far. Now you might be thinking, wait, David Harbour? Lovable Hopper? The guy who cries in every interview about how much he loves the cast? Yes! That's exactly why this is shocking. Because on screen, David is Jim Hopper, Eleven's adoptive father, the hero. But off-screen, something allegedly went very wrong. Fast forward to November 11th, the Stranger Things Season 5 premiere in Los Angeles. And guess what? Millie and David showed up together, smiling, posing, acting like everything was peachy. But here's where it gets juicy. This premiere happened just 10 days after the harassment complaint went public. So when Millie and David stood side by side on that red carpet, the entire internet was watching with a magnifying glass. Body language experts had a field day. Some said Millie looked stiff. Others said David looked like he was trying too hard. But both smiled for the cameras. Both played their parts. And for a hot second, people thought, okay, maybe the media exaggerated this. On November 26th, one day before Season 5 dropped, Millie gave an interview to The Hollywood Reporter, and when asked about her relationship with David after the complaint headlines, here's exactly what she said. And I quote, "We love this show with everything, and we value our friendship more than anything. We've been doing that for the last 10 years. I mean, we have always been united in that." Okay, let's break this down like a Stranger Things code. On the surface, it sounds fine. She's saying they value their friendship. They're united. All good, right? Wrong. Because here's what she didn't say. She didn't say the complaint was false. She didn't say David did nothing wrong. She didn't say it was a misunderstanding. What she did say was they value the show. They value their friendship. But notice the massive elephant in the room? No actual denial. No defense of David's behavior. When asked why standing united at the premiere was important, she said, "We have always been united in that." United in what? Protecting the show? Protecting the brand? Protecting their paychecks? Because that's what it sounds like. A PR move, damage control, not the truth. And get this. The Duffer Brothers, the show's creators, were also asked about the allegations. Ross Duffer's response? "I can't get into personal matters on set, but the cast has become family, and we care deeply about them." That's a non-answer. That's corporate speak, for we know more than we're saying. Executive producer Sean Levy added, "We did everything to create a respectful workplace where everyone feels safe and comfortable." Again, not a denial. That's damage control in a tuxedo. So what really happened? What did David do that was serious enough for a formal complaint and a months-long investigation? Here's what we know. Millie started Stranger Things at 12 years old. David Harbour was in his 40s. He played her on-screen dad, and by all accounts, took that role very seriously. Maybe too seriously. Sources close to production hint that David's protective behavior became overbearing. Some reports suggest he was controlling, that he monitored who Millie talked to, that he inserted himself into her personal life, that he made comments about her appearance, her relationships, her choices, and over time, that behavior allegedly escalated. Now, we don't know the exact details because the complaint is confidential, but what we do know? It was serious enough for Netflix to launch a full investigation. Serious enough for Millie to need a representative on set during season 5. And serious enough for the Duffer brothers to dodge questions like Neo dodging bullets in The Matrix. And here's the part that guts me. Millie has been open in the past about feeling uncomfortable in Hollywood, about being sexualized as a child, about inappropriate comments from adults. And now we're finding out that even on a set where she was supposed to feel safe, something went wrong. Look, I'm not saying David Harbour is the Demogorgon, but if the Upside Down had an HR department, they'd be filing paperwork right now. But real talk, this story is bigger than Millie and David. This is about power dynamics in Hollywood, about what happens when adults have too much control over child actors, about blurred lines between on-screen relationships and off-screen behavior. David played Millie's father. Maybe in his mind, he was being protective. Maybe he thought he was looking out for her. But here's the problem. Millie didn't ask for that. She didn't ask someone to monitor her life or control her choices. And when someone crosses that line, even with good intentions, it becomes harmful. And let's be real about the power imbalance here. Millie was 12. David was 42. She didn't have the power to say no. She didn't have the authority to push back. She was a kid on the biggest show of her life, and he had all the power. That's not a partnership. That's a problem. Millie is 21 now. She's married. She's moved on. But the fact that she still filed this complaint tells you everything. This wasn't nothing. This was serious. And she was brave to speak up. So here's your takeaway. Number 1, Stranger Things Season 5 is here. And it's going to be epic. But when you watch Eleven and Hopper, remember, the actors have a complicated history. Number 2, Millie Bobby Brown showed courage by filing that complaint. She didn't have to, but she did, and that matters. Number 3, we need more conversations about boundaries in Hollywood, about power, about what's acceptable and what's not. I want to hear from you. Do you think David crossed the line? Was Millie right to file the complaint? Or is this blown out of proportion? Drop your thoughts below. And if you made it this far, you're a real one. Hit that like button, subscribe for more celebrity drama, and share this with your Stranger Things obsessed friends. Stranger Things Season 5 is streaming now on Netflix. Part 1 dropped today. Part 2 drops December 26th. Finale drops January 1st, 2026. Buckle up, because this season is wild. I'll see you in the next one.